My name is Emma, and this happened to me a few years ago, back when I was in college. What happened was that two girls were missing in my town, and they were also some of my classmates. They both had blue eyes and brown hair. So one of my classmates, who I will call James, invited me to come over to his place. I didn't personally know him, but I told him sure, because I'm a nice person, and that I would be able to come over on a Saturday. To be safe, I asked my friend, who will be called Grace, to just park out James's house, and if I didn't come out in an hour, she would come in and ask where I was. This was just to give me a sense of safety, and thank God she said yes. Grace is a martial artist, so it gave a large sense of safety. So Saturday came, and I went to James's house. We talked about school and whatnot, until I hear a "oomph" sound from the basement. I asked James what it was, and he just responded, "I don't know either." So when James went upstairs, now was my chance to check it out, the sound. I went down into the basement. It was nice, but I saw a door with an outside lock on it by the stairs, and the sound was definitely coming from there. I opened the door, and what I saw still somewhat haunts me to this day. What was in there were the two girls that had gone missing. I immediately recognized them, the blue eyes and brown hair. Their ankles and legs were tied up, as well as their torso being tied up from below their breast to just above their stomach. One of them had a piece of duct tape on her mouth, and another had a piece of cloth that went from below her nose to just on top of her chin. I gasped and then started trying to untie them, but then felt drowsy and fell down unconscious. When I awoke, I found out there was a piece of duct tape on my mouth and that I was tied up the same way as them. At first, I tried untying one of the girls' hands, as ours had been tied in an X shape, so it would be easier to untie. However, when that failed, I remembered that Grace would come for us. So we waited for about 30 minutes until Grace would show up. When she did, we heard her asking about where I was, so we tried to scream through our gags. She heard it and asked to investigate, and we hear her coming down. She opened the door and was about to get tranquilized, but she disarmed him and knocked James unconscious. Grace untied us, and we called the cops. I have always thanked Grace for saving me. However, sometimes, nowadays, I ask myself what would have happened had I not asked Grace to come.